Good morning, everybody. We're going to start in a few minutes. There is a questions button up on top. If you do have a question during the seminar, you can actually type in your question, and I will try to answer as many questions as I can while I'm online. And if I don't get to your question, we can always get to it after the fact as well. Let's see, one more minute, and I'm going to get started. Oh, and we will be sharing the webinar on our YouTube page after the webinar is completed. So if you know anybody that did not get a chance to join us this morning, they can go on our YouTube page and watch it at their convenience at another time. And we will make sure that we share that link with all of you as well. And I'll repeat that again probably at the end of the talk, just so in case anybody comes on late, they will understand that. Well, it is 11 o'clock and I am going to start. Welcome to Ace Your Science, our live webinar series. I am Kathy Battista. I am the Mid-Atlantic rep for ACE Glass. Many of you probably do know me. If you're not in my territory, you've probably seen me online on our Facebook page. So little bit of background about me. I am a bench chemist, 15 years experience on the bench. I transitioned into sales, and I've been in sales for probably about 18 years. So selling the glassware was a simple transition for me since I was a customer for 15 years working in the lab, just so you know. We are going to talk about your guide to flange styles today in this webinar. Ace Glass offers glass, stainless, and PTFE flanges on it's going to be an overview of the different styles and sizes with multiple options. You probably wonder, why are there so many options? Well, every customer has a preference. So we're going to discuss a little bit about what we can see here. So I actually put the little guide on the screen here so you can see it. And every guide design has a picture of what the flange style looks like. We're going to start with the flat flange, which either uses a gasket or an O-ring groove with a specific clamp to give you a seal for your flat flange style. This is not typically designed for low vacuum reactions. If you are interested in doing low vacuum or pressure systems, we would suggest using the Duran style flange or the conical flange, which you see here on pictures of examples of what the styles look like. The Duran style flange is commonly used for our pressure reactors up to 6 liter. It's also used in our kilo systems up to 200 liter as well. The KF plain flange, which you see the fourth picture here, is uses a rubber O-ring and a different clamping mechanism. It is really designed for quick assembly. And you'll see examples through my slides of the KF plain flange, which is also utilized on our kilo systems up to 200 liter as well. The process beaded pipe flange is used for basically HVAC systems as well as temperature control units. You will see this design on our jacket connections, on our bottom valve connections. You will also see this on our joint connections on some of the heads. Some customers actually like a beaded pipe connection. The example, the triple coil condenser is available with the beaded pipe connection if you would desire to have that. Every flange has its corresponding clamp. You're going to need to order the correct clamp mechanisms in order to clamp the head to the body of the flask. These are listed under the flange guide that I just showed, and it's also in the catalog. In the general catalog, it's under technical information on page 11. In the reactors catalog, the chart is on page 321. As you go through the book, when you look up our reactors, it'll say if it's a Durand flange style, it'll actually tell you which clamp is recommended for that head itself. These are just some examples of the different clamps that are offered for the flange style that you need. So let's talk about our glass flanges first. Our glass domed heads range up to 450 millimeter in size. So as you see here, this is a list of some of the common ones, but we do these in conical, in the Durand flange, and the KF flat flange, and you'll see some examples of our glass reactors. But the first reactor I'm showing here is actually a PTFE flange bottom filter reactor that is mated to a glass KF flange. So we can mate PTFE to glass, and I will show an example of mating stainless to glass as well in the next slide. The beaded pipe connections you can see on our jacketed flask here, as well as in the bottom valve. So this is a few examples of the different flange styles in the glass domed head that you have options in the catalog. Next slide. So here is an example of our stainless KF flange. It's fabricated with the 316 stainless. It is not really designed for vacuum because it is a flat flange. It can be utilized on the smaller resin kettles as well. The first example shows the biggest flange we offer is 450 millimeter. That actually was on the last, for stainless, 400, but for glass, we can offer up to 450 millimeter. The first picture here of the stainless reaction is an ASTM method. So with the stainless heads, they are customizable using a PTFE joint insert. So you can customize the stainless flat head to whatever accessories that you need on the head. And this also comes with an optional PTFE gasket, so it protects the stainless from the chemicals in your glass reactor itself. If you want stainless larger than 400 millimeter, I can actually ask production if that is feasible, because we do custom as well. So if that's something that we can do custom and you actually need something bigger than 400 millimeter, we can get that information to you as well. Thank you for the question. So we offer PTFE. Why would you use PTFE instead of glass or stainless? Well, those of you who are doing fluorine chemistry or strong alkali chemistry know that you cannot use glass when you're doing this type of work. So we do offer PTFE heads with customizable joints that can accept compression fittings or joint fittings on your PTFE head. Sorry about that. I talk faster than I think sometimes. So the PTFE head can be mated to our glass reactors. And if you need a full PTFE reactor, these are catalog items as well, as you can see in two of the examples I show on the slides. So sometimes people don't realize we offer PTFE. So this is something that you may need in the future if you're ever doing, as again, fluorine or strong alkali chemistry. So this slide shows some of the most common threaded flanges that we offer that you've seen in every lab through your whole career. The standard taper joint is primarily used for creating the airtight seal to connect different pieces of accessory to your glassware, condensers, addition funnels, temperature probes, hose connectors. You see the standard taper joint on probably every piece of glassware in our catalog, which is offered. The ACE thread design is patentable from ACE Glass. This uses an O-ring adapter for a compression seal that is suitable for vacuum and pressure. You will see the ACE thread design, which is the center picture here, on our chromatography glassware, in our pressure vessels. You'll see it in our air-sensitive glassware line. You will see it on our pressure reactors up to 6 liter in size. We have pressure relief manifolds that you will see the ace thread design as well. This gives you a better seal with the O-ring. So if you need a specific O-ring, we will include the O-ring chart on this seminar, and it's also available on our website under the literature page. We have 6 different types of O-ring material that we offer. So sometimes you need to change out the O-ring depending on what your chemistry is. The biggest flange size for the ace thread, I think, is number 80, and we do go larger for the filter reactors, but I can get that information to you as well. But for the filter reactors, the number 80 thread, and there actually is a chart in the technical information in the catalog that just explains the different ace thread sizes, starting at number 7 all the way up to number 80, and what the dimensions are, the OD and ID of that threading. So the most common other threaded flange you see is the socket joint. The socket joint gives you a flexible airtight seal. It's very common to see in our distillation glassware because sometimes you don't want your system to be as rigid as it is with the standard taper joint or with the ace thread, and you want the joints to be a little more flexible. The socket joint is something that we offer as catalog. As you see here is a common example in one of our basic round bottom flasks. This is a 2-neck, but we offer 1-neck, 3-neck, 2-neck, 5-neck. It really depends on what you need. The beaded pipe connection, I'm kind of going to go over this a little bit more. You saw that on the second slide. This is used for temperature control connections for HVAC, for fluid and air transfer. You can see this on our bottom valve design, as well as our Jackie connections, as well as the joint connections on our larger kilo reactor heads. The NW flange, which is also commonly the KF flange, comes with a stainless adapter, as you can see in this picture. This is used on our bench kilo systems for the Jackie connection. It can terminate into a hose barb, the M16, the M24, the M30 connections. There's no need for thread sealer or Teflon tape, so it gives you a better seal for the fluid transfer of your temperature control fluids. No questions about that? Let's see, next slide. The biggest size flange that we offer. So the biggest flange, I would think, depending on if you want a joint size for the reactor head or for the actual head itself. So the actual head itself, we offer up to 450 millimeter. The biggest flange size we offer, I think, is 6550. But I'm not certain. I've seen them as big as that large, but I can actually get that information to you as well from production because I've seen them. I just actually did a vessel for somebody with a 6550 joint on it. They were actually switching it from a socket to a standard taper, and we actually modified it for them. I don't see any other questions. Let's see. Here's one. So what if you buy a flask and you buy the wrong clamp? So when you buy a flask in our catalog and it gives you the description of a Duran flange on the flask, it will actually list you the typical heads that mate with that flask, as well as the proper clamp that you would need for that flask itself. If you bought the wrong clamp for the flask, we do have an easy return system where you can return the clamp and purchase the correct flask, and tech support or your local Ace Glass rep will be happy to help you pick out the correct clamp that you need for the flask that you ordered. Let's see, any questions? Let me read here. Can we the grades of stainless, 316 stainless? We can offer other types of stainless. You would have to let your local Ace Glass rep know or production tech support know what grade of stainless that you need for the reactor head. The 316 stainless is a catalog item, but if we have other material that you need, we can actually outsource that and make you a custom stainless head depending on the stainless that you actually need. Are there any other questions? Can we adapt an ace thread connection to a stainless steel head? So the stainless head can be tapped out. Let's see, for the joint inserts, for PTFE joint inserts. So yes, they can actually customize an adapter for you on the stainless head for one of the joints to an ace thread connection if that's what you need. So if you need an ace thread connection, if you need an MPT connection, wedge lock, if you need a standard taper joint, we can get you a PTFE connection or an ace thread connection onto the stainless head. So really, the heads you see are flat plate in the catalog. And what we would do is we would design it depending on what you need on your reactor itself. So if you need four open ports, if you need 5 open ports, and depending on what you need, we can actually tap in whatever joints or compression fittings you need for the stainless head, as well as the PTFE head. The glass heads as well are also customizable. I don't know what O-ring I need to make the proper seal. How can I find the O-ring? So the O-ring chart will be included in these slides here. It is also available on our website under the literature page. If you're not sure what O-ring you need, the chemical compatibility chart will show you the different materials of O-rings that we do offer. And then we have the O-ring sizing on there. So if you know you have a 50 mil pressure tube with head on it, we can actually go into the catalog and get you the correct O-ring that you need for that specific pressure tube. And then we would ask you what chemicals you're doing with your reactor to make sure we get you the correct O-ring material for that O-ring size adapter. So sizing out O-rings, there is a chart. There is a little dimension on there to actually measure the O-ring yourself, but tech support as well as your ACE Glass rep can help you choose the correct O-ring material and size. What type of plastic material do we offer? We do have some plastic funnels in the catalog. We offer PTFE, we offer PTFE adapters, we offer PTFE reactors, the PTFE heads, we have PTFE parts that you need. So for a plastic itself, the main things we offer are beakers and funnels, but we are known for the glass. So we offer mainly the glass reactors and the PTFE reactors. If you're looking for a specific product with plastic, you can let us know what you need, and then we can see if we can manufacture that with our machine shop, or if we can maybe outsource what you need, depending on what you need. So you can follow us on social media. If you sign up on our newsletter link, you will get the invite for the next webinar, which is photochemistry on Thursday, August 21st. You can go to our Facebook page. We have LinkedIn. We have Instagram. We have all these. We have a YouTube page where you will actually see this presentation on the YouTube page as well. So if you follow us there, you'll get updates on new products and new presentations, and if we're going to be presenting somewhere else, and then you'll get notifications on that as well. Let's see. Are there any other questions that I didn't get a chance to answer? Again, the chart for the flanges are in the catalog on page 11 of the general catalog, and they are on page 321 of the reactors catalog. Both catalogs are available on our website under the literature tab. You can download them onto your desk as a PDF, and if you need a physical copy, we will be more than happy to get you a physical copy of either catalog that we offer. Let's see. Oops. Do we have a specific flange for pressure work? Yes, we do. For the pressure vessels are known to have the Duran flange on all of our pressure vessels up to 6 liter. So if you go into the reactors catalog and you can type pressure itself, the pressure vessels, we recommend the Duran flange because it gives you the better airtight seal for pressure. The joint flanges on the pressure heads are the ACE thread design. It will not be the standard taper joint because you want to run this flask up under pressure. They are available in 35 and 45 psi. They're either 2-piece or 1-piece reactors. So the pressure flasks up to 6 liter utilize the Duran flange, whereas our pressure tubes utilize the ACE thread design. Any other questions? Did I cover? If there's anything that you're not sure, you can always email us. You can give us a call. You can reach out to your local rep. Let's see. Oh, there's one. I need to clean out my reactor between uses. Are the clamps easy to disassemble? Yes, they are. All the clamps are easy to disassemble. Let me get you back to the clamp page. I will. We have quick release clamps. They're bolts and screws, quick release. They're all super easy to get off. The clamps for the NW flange, there's no tools needed to get these clamps off. The only tools you need are for the large keeler reactors for the KF plan flange. They're using a bolt system where you actually get a torque wrench that will help you torque down the bolts on that flange to the proper tightness, so you don't over tighten any of your bolts itself on the actual larger systems. But for all of our systems, the clamps are all super easy to get off, on and off with hardly any tools. This is it. There are more clamps in the catalog under, if you look under clamps or support in our catalog, you'll see example of other clamp styles as well. But these are the common ones for the flanges that we offer on the reactors. Let's see, anything else? I don't see any other questions or anything that I'm missing. Any other questions? Do you have any comments? Did you want to see another slide again? I'm not sure since nobody's saying anything. Hopefully it's all pretty, like I said, this is shareable, so you will be able to see the slides. And if you have questions after the fact, you can call me, you can email me. I received a message. Let's see. I don't see it. Just let me know if there's anything that we can do to help. If you're not sure who your local Ace Glass rep is, that actually is on our website as well. Under sales reps, there is a map of the US and it's color coded, so you could look up your state with the color and it'll tell you who your Ace Glass rep is with their contact information. For example, my color is purple on the map, so if you're in my territory, your state will be purple and you'll see my email, my phone number, and my contact information under your state. So that gives you an idea of, if you're not sure who your rep is, we can help you get that information as well. Basically, we're done. I don't see any other questions. If nobody's got any other questions, we could probably, I guess it'll end a little quicker than I would like to, but let me know if you have questions that you're not sure of and you want to send it to us outside of the webinar. That's not a problem. We're always available to help with anything that you need, with the flange guide, with the clamps, with the standard flasks as well. So just let me know if there's anything that we can do to help you with your glassware needs. No last questions?